thanks and praise to the mystic laws of the universe and its protective functions and forces in nature that guide our thoughts and our paths in all ways that are lawful, correct, and positive. We do give thanks and praise. We do give thanks and praise. I'm on caption say, your freedom outclass their colonization. Now, in my description area where there I am eventually say, we have self-interest as a priority, not selfishness. There is a difference. Again, I repeat that. Self-interest as a priority, not selfishness. There is a distinct difference. Why is it that everyone, including but not limited to the foreign colonizers, seems to claim an interest in our affairs without verification of such claim? Why is that? Then I would say the colonial presumption. I might go on to say government, that the government purposely tries to deceive constitutionally secured and guaranteed citizens into falsely identifying themselves through willful abuse of words of art. I like to say word wizardry, into declaring themselves as statutory citizens on government forms and in legal proceedings. Now, I don't know if the item are hear me clearly. Would appreciate it if the item make it known to me. Because I'm up on the island here, I don't really have AC inside of my place, but I have a fan where I blow. I can turn it off to make sure, the volume or the audio is not distorted. So the item can, by way of that comment area, let me know what I want. Salute, Shangalayan, complete honor with respect. Yeah, man. Honor with respect. Yeah, man. Odin Williams. The warrior them a pass through. Yeah. Salute, salute. What that? Raekwon Davis. Complete respect with power. Natural. Boy, the eye them give me an energy just now. Yeah, believe me. I man always a pour out high energy out there. Naturally. Not because of internet. Believe me when I tell you, this internet you carry a different kind of energy. And watch me now. Don't underestimate it, people. That's why I say when you say I will step out here, and I'm not normal, really. Yeah, man. So again, I'm gonna go back on the next page where we can touch base on them kind of information. Yeah. Them thing yeah, a mainstream information, but when you not pay attention, you will ignore these things. So I am here to just, reiterate what is already out there in the public, but it's unbeknownst to most of the people and where seems to be distracted. Now, I'm say number two, the causes. This again, when we are talking about the government want you to be a statutory citizen, which is like I must say, you pledge allegiance to the government agency and not to the state. All right, on the mainland, the state what we are talking about would be that Commonwealth area. On the island are the very same thing. This is why I man say I and I people are the only ones were located in the Western Territory or the Western Territorial area where Babylon are called Commonwealth. However, what I'm called Commonwealth is where it has the national or the universal legal codes, what I'm called law, or that's why it's sit down and secure. This is why the Constitution said guarantee fundamental rights and freedom. Fundamental meaning it not derived from man, meaning it is inherent, meaning it is divine. So when people are restrict those divine rights from you, it express who those people are, what those people represent. All of these things are obvious to the free mind. You understand? To the man who express himself as being free. But to the colonized mind, them are gonna need direction. Them are gonna need a man such as I fear express the information this way so that they can gain clarity. And watch me now in a practical level, a grassroots level, not this complex mess, just simple and practical. That's how we are trying to express ourselves where it can be, received. So we are say from you are be deemed a statutory citizen subject to the government. So number two, this causes a surrender of all constitutional, secured and guaranteed fundamental rights and operates to their extreme detriment by creating lifetime indentured financial servitude and surety in relationship or in relation to the government. Now, when we express a statement such as that, then we can talk from a first-hand perspective, first-hand knowledge, first-hand experience perspective. Why? For Babylon kidnap me, falsely arrest me, and then issue me my own surety bond in the form of a notice of recognizance. People, if they are them and choose to apply themselves, and they won't be able to follow me. I tell the island that. When I express to the island, it's within the catalog right here. However, I share so much information, people tell me that they'll get lost easily when they try enter my domain, when they try enter, our library, then we get lost. However, everything what I'm on express is there. They always go over the very same set of information in a different ways, in a various different forms. Yeah, man, in an effort to give my people the opportunity, yeah, to gain some clarity. Yeah, man. So we say this occurs because a statutory citizens maintain a domicile on federal territory. That means they must say that on federal land. Now, I, as man, as Nestorian king, round here, so, as a free man, can rebut them kind of statement that easily. Why? Because I have historical records and documentation where in an electronic form where any man can go research. When I said Dallas Castle, go do the research. Yeah, man. And I just joked her and check to see if my name is Dallas. Simple. And if there's a castle, there has to be a king to occupy a castle. And my people, we can't look on castle like how them it look on TV. Sometimes it's just a little strong board shop, structure a certain way, and I decide that. You know what I mean? Yeah, sometimes it's more expressive than that. But what may I say, we have document for sure, sir. I as Dallas can tell us that type in a Google and see if you can find any area where they might talk about the Dallas map where I express this island of Jamaica. And then tell me about any other Jackson or Jones or James map where they're up there. Remember, I never create these things, you know. What them are called St. Andrew on the island of Jamaica. At one point, all of them places that it called St. Port Royal. All of them places. When you hear them parish in your name, yeah, just know say the colonizers them are institute these nonsense. You understand? When people used to fight war, them attack a castle. You understand? And when you say you have a castle, it's a fortified area. And the castle have to have a king, and the king secure the people. This is why I'm telling us that Dallas Mountain and a joke. The people them with their Dallas Castle area, Cane River area, all of them places they are high place. Literally. We have Dallas on this island we have never heard of I. No I. And I am the same. And I get a chance for through a locally, most of the little local ones them where would associate with I. I get a chance to see some of them with the on the side there in a Portmore. Like the ones them where, yeah, but they even want to say nowadays because the place so hot now. You know what I'm saying? You know nobody know no more. People will label you and brand. Yeah, man, but when we talk, yeah, them, might just think they're just, you know, idle talk. But when they them start research the information we present, you will be impressed. Yeah, man, because just by trying to qualify anything what we have said, yeah, it'll take you on a quest, on a journey, and it'll change you, literally and figuratively, but it literally will change you. For one, again, upstairs, or a bus wide open, everything will change up there. Everything around you will change because you have become something else. Them thing are just basic thing what me I talk about. Them thing are just any man or every man can experience once someone choose to just apply themselves, just choose to seek knowledge. Yeah man, and just be patient with yourself. That's all it is. And if you impress people and I say, boy, you know this and that, and you can do this and you can't. No, man. You're personal. And if it give you a kind of freedom where you can express, then you can't keep it to yourself. You bring it forward out there. This is why this platform is here. We can express our point of view or opinion. Every man have that opportunity. Every single man have a YouTube platform. Everyone, some people turn it on, some people don't. Some people express themselves while others won't. So we have to choose, you know what I mean? And I man choose for us to express ourselves only because I find that the government that choose to oppress I personally, no different from all others, but I man I say I know the oppression. I can express the oppression. Because we have the paperwork and the documentation of such. So when we are talking about surety, when we just read, no, so we have first hand knowledge. This is why we can tell you about a guarantee, agreement, trust, or contract, and a suretyship, agreement, trust, or contract. Now we can say everything boy operate from a perspective of a trust. This is why when they create the Mickey Mouse trust, them on going to court, the Mickey Mouse court, them will say, okay, okay. But the Mickey Mouse court, them don't want to truly address the trust. Why is that? How can your name be on any kind of instrument where you have to endorse in order for it to get any kind of life or activity? And you don't know nothing about it. And you not take control over it. It does a endorse document, meaning it does a assign your authority, assign meaning transfer your rights, your interests, your authority. That's what I do. When I endorse document without securing on an endorsement. You understand? And because them have them rules out there, they must say you have to endorse it, you know, without recourse under the Uniform Commercial Code. I think that 308-1 or something like that. There them can correct me. But them kind of information, yeah, and a joke boy information, small boy information, or twisted boy information. Them information, yeah, deal with freedom. We are say freedom, God. It a deal with freedom. Yeah, man. That's all it is, man. It's not about no popularity or no business. A lot of people out here have a business and we can't really get involved with that. But when I say, now touch on a business and a business enterprise to our, you know, advocacy, which is freedom, really. And that's where the distinction lies. If we are saying advocacy of freedom and that is just it, then yeah, then we easily comprehend when we not really choose to participate in all of the other financial nonsense we are motivate ones and ones out there. We rather choose to gain clarity. When we have clarity, then we can know how to navigate out there in the commercial sea. Simple. Now, again, when we have said this occurred because the statutory citizen maintain a domicile on federal territory and the Bill of Rights, Charter of Fundamental Rights and Freedom, does not apply on federal territory. I won't even need to repeat that. Those domicile on federal territory and who are therefore deemed statutory citizens pursuant to their codes, what I'm about that, are presumed to be guilty. You hear that? And taxpayers until they prove themselves innocent and therefore a non-taxpayer. Now, if see with the different styles how we present this information. We always express the fact that the government was instituted among men, from which they derive their just authority, meaning them can impose nothing out here on us. Period. It can compel us to comply to any foreign public policy. Can't do that. So we have to express information out there where we qualify these statements. That the government has a financial interest to deceive the people about their true citizenship status in order to A, encourage and expand the flow of unlawfully collected income tax revenue. Now we are talking about commerce. And two, expand its jurisdiction and control over the populace. Yeah, them I hear me clearly. Yeah. For I personally, I am what is called a sovereign American national, but not a citizen as defined by their codes out there, or in respect or relation to any statutory federal government, specifically government of Jamaica or any other government. But they're outside of that. When we say West Indian, that's what it means. And I, man, I feel express that. Yeah, man, lawfully. Unless a defendant can prove he is not a citizen of the United States or a citizen of the government of Jamaica, the IRS has the right to inquire and determine a tax liability. And this is pursuant to all kind of codes where them have out there. And it's backed up by their, yes, case rulings out there. Now, those who are constitutionally, meaning you're secure and guaranteed under that constitution, and not statutory citizens, are not eligible for any kind of licenses, including but not limited to a driver's license or even visa. Yeah, I'm thinking a law, my people, but you won't know it. All licenses can be offered only to domicile ones and ones on federal territory not protected by the constitutional laws and its guarantees. So we always express the distinction of what is law and what is legal and where it applies and to whom it applies. Just like how we express the necessity for a separation of entity, where you have what is called the legal entity and the lawful entity. The lawful man is that lawful entity. And the male piece of paper, the birth certificate instrument, that's that legal entity. That's the only thing all corporate agency can interact or interface with. Something a law. Which guy out there can rebut what we have said? There is none. Really. This is why ones and ones stay silent when we make a presentment. Yeah, man. And remember, we said, we have to make a lot of, adjustment and correction, and we have to clean house. We have to, get focused. And this is why I say self-interest, as a priority, is a necessity. Yeah, man, and it's not selfishness. You know what I mean? When we say there is a difference, when you have, a focus on your self-interest, then you're gonna try not to distract yourself with things that is not conducive to your self-interest. It not say you abandon everything or everyone else. It say you stay focused to the task at hand. That's what it means. You understand? Now, here we have ones who misunderstand those things. And yeah, easily. And when them misunderstand these things, them now view it from a selfishness perspective on their part. If you, just like I am here, a share information so one can get up from the base level where the meaning one can build, then that is not a bad thing. You understand? Growth in anything and everything at the order. Yeah, just like life. You understand? It's just that we have the wrong concept where we think we just get old and that should be it. And we stay in the same dumb state where we're born in. You gotta have a few where we were elevated to a much higher level by the application of ourselves for ourselves. Can't blame we for that. When ones choose not to apply themselves and have no interest, you don't blame us. We are not here for not next man out the convenience. This is the error with most people. You understand? And it's easy to look upon everyday life and say that. Why? You have people where them are always either say, I try to be something or be someone or be independent or be less dependent or even be non-dependent. You have a lot of people like that. While you have other people where see that and know that and have an issue with that. Literally. Because you have some people, them not mind when them throw you crumbs. And you should exist on crumbs. You understand? But the moment you look past that crumbs and decide to create something of substance, or at least make an effort to build, then it will be an issue for the ones that where think, where only think they want the best for you. But in fact, the selfishness, I got to try say limitation. Growth. Nobody want to stay stagnant, especially when there's no necessity for it. Growth is growth. That's life. That's truth. It's a necessity. Nobody shouldn't limit it. Nobody shouldn't restrict it, especially when them are trying to do it intentionally. That become a problem. That become a hallmark of a psychotic mentality, whether it's known or unknown. The expression is obvious. So we have to be cognizant of that as, when you have focus on your, it's like me, I deal with freedom. That are my self-interest. Freedom. Being free from what me can see and express and prove is enslavement. The moment a police officer, where me and him as total stranger, feel like saying, can just see me, give me some unnecessary question and answer, and then just choose to ignore the documentation when he present and make an arbitrary legal determination to arrest me falsely, you get me, and imprison me unlawfully, and then I give me a notice of recognizance. My own 200,000 of surety. And it's two times it for the surety and its principal. Because you can't sit down like a dummy. I did that for the research. And I did not only sign a notice of recognizance, I also signed a guarantee contract or agreement. But then give me the notice of recognizance, which is a surety agreement, and then withhold the guarantee agreement, which I had to sign. Why you think that is? I, as the guarantor in that guarantee agreement, is the one who, it has to ensure the solvency of that surety agreement. So both contract work together, both trusts work together. I know it, it might go over some of you people head, but ones out there will get it, just like how the clarity that take its time manifests itself, unfold itself naturally. I remember, we have an insolvency act that was enacted on 2014. And then we have a Jamaica Trust Act that was enacted on September 16, 2019. So these instruments are evidentially instruments where can verify any claim where we are made pertaining to the trust certificate, the trust, and whatever it entails. Our thing that's brawling, nothing is really hidden. It's just the comprehension of what is. This is why I give thanks. This is why I can express myself as being free. And this is why I'm tell the ones them say, and our honesty, I acknowledge, make you free. And your freedom outclass their colonization easily. Why? Because you understand the colonization and enslavement. You understand that the consent is to your own detriment by way of your voluntary servitude. Without consent, it's express slavery, my people. Don't let them deceive you with word wizardry. Yeah, man. Our knowledge, I get them problem, Our intellectual capability, I get them issues, my people. And the fact what I'm literally I feel learn from it, that is impressive. Ask them if they'll ever admit it. No, they'll never admit it. But truth no need no, you know, yeah, it no need no validation from oneself. Truth stand for dominance. And remember, truth is sovereign out here, and truth is supreme. Really. So when them a talk about law and common law of the land, no them a talk about the merchant law, the commercial law. No make no guru telling a fancy fuckery. You understand? Most of them better come a class. But just like how I learned from all, some of them better come learn from me. But I guess my information I gotta remove that area there where them can fleece people. So them now gonna have interest in my kind of information. God notice me give it to them freely. Them a charge on a fee and them can't express it like me. This is true authenticity. Yeah. True authenticity. You can't buy it a shop. Yeah man, you acquire it. Yeah, or you have it inherently. That's all it is, I people. And a game out here. A lot of people are choose to play games, but I know in the games. I write, I story, literally. Right now, we're gonna create probably something so unique, and all it gonna do is just that you choose to stand up on law opposed to on public policy. There's a distinct difference. You choose to stand on the issue on the side of law opposed to the legal standards. There's statutory legality, two separate and distinct things. I always say what is legal is separate and distinct from what is lawful. And what is legal is not necessarily lawful. only through the legality require consent, while law is just like saying do no wrong, and once you do wrong, you know you break the law. Simple. You can't tell me so me not wearing a seatbelt is breaking the law. There is no such nonsense. Those applies to slave. This is why you have what is known as the slave codes. Who does the slave codes apply to? Slaves. That's why it's called slave codes. Now, the statutory rules and regulation, these legal standards that are being enforced, please do the research to see where it derived from. And you're going to see it derived from slave codes, my people. Amazing. Truly amazing, you know, because like when you speak parable or babble. Yeah. However, we give thanks for the ones them where they're class. We give thanks for the one them will link up and show them appreciation. We give thanks for the one them will choose to stay firm and strong. Listen, sometimes ones with us getting them feelings over unnecessary situation, and one's not understands it will change the perception. And when the perception changes, that's everything. Because when them again history is really their perception and what them consider them want to put on paper and present. That's why I'm gonna work with the mainstream nonsense out there. That's why we, establish yourself and present with information from our own platform. And we always, I said, verified now, qualified now. Like we say it's certified now. Most people can't do that. Will not be able to do that. Why? Nonsense that we are chat can't validate what I'm chat. Cannot pay attention, notice, I bring the information, I bring some gobbledygook, some nonsense when me make up. And I tell you, said, no. Me I say, it's a Babylon thing, yeah, and it's my thing, yeah. Me I say, Babylon, I make a presumption. Yeah, that they even comprehend what that means. They are presuming there that there is an antecedent or pre-existent contract somewhere or agreement somewhere where you pledge your allegiance to their corporate political nonsense. This is what they are said. So we have to choose to rebut those, claims. God, them are said, them have interest in anything what we have out there. So we have to say, express your interest. Where is your name? You understand? If me and you have the same name, then probably we can have some kind of interest. Are you my long lost daddy that I thought died? What kind of interest can you be presuming? Remember, slavery has been abolished and outlawed. The only time you can try that is by way of conviction in front of tribunal, lawful tribunal. You understand? Where you have whatever jury are your peers. So like my jury have to be of my peer, as they would say. And now I understand it, that jury would have to be West Indian, sovereign American, such as I. Couldn't be a common slave citizen. Our common slave citizen I got to sit down in judgment over I. Impossible. When he only exists on paper. Nonsense. This is why the ancient say, man, no, yourself. Simple thing. You're not the male, nor the female. You're not that person or persona. You're a living soul manifest as man. Yeah, as that individual according to their construct, which means just you, not now you and some other thing where them can, you know, confuse. If they have a separation of entity, renunciation document duly signed and sealed can suffice. You get me? The common law ID where you create as a living man shall suffice. And if you can afford to, your international world passport, you know, for being a citizen. It's a official identification. And you probably can request that biometric chip to satisfy the international, what I'm calling it now, travel requirement. These things are basic. But when you colonize, you're going to need somebody to do all of these things for you. Yeah, man, and administrate you as that legal entity in that legal society. You know, one or more clarity, I people. However, I'll provide it. Yeah, man, just step by step. Anyway, give thanks for the time, give thanks for the moment. Again, for the ones I'm out there will resonate with this frequency, will resonate with this grassroots energy. Yeah, man. It is for you. Yeah, just a few out there. I may always say I'm on thing for the hopeless, for the ones them where, yeah, we make a mess of ourselves and society right we are. And we can't blame society for right we are, but we gotta rise like that phoenix from the ashes. Watch out. True we are correct with state of mind and a balance ourselves. Yeah. Through the process of time, man, we gotta transcend, man, and become something glorious, man, marvelous, man, absolutely beautiful. I'm gonna surprise them, because them not expect that. We are the ones where them never expect good from. I man literally can remember when once I come across me on the mainland and talk to me and I say, Dallas, you know me here say you drop out and them thing them kind of argument. And I man have to laugh when me hear them talk. Man I talk to me literally like that. Yeah man, so them hear of my demise and all these things. And me I say, you know, them thing they interesting. One of them not dash right by people. And sometimes no different from the analogy of David and Goliath. You know, sometimes I would them would have considered the underdog. I really the, you know, yeah, the keeper of the throne. Usually the crowd are gonna follow. Yeah, the mass energy where I go that way. While we have a few as we are not being swayed, we don't want to be swept away. We choose not to drift. Yeah, we are plant our anchor, make our stand, our root, over there in the foundation of truth. Yes, so we are make we stand. And we are say freedom, freedom in him, freedom in him. Yes, we are make we stand just that way. Yeah, man. And there is no law against such. There is no law that said, I, as man, am not free. And if there is any presumption, I, as man, cannot choose to rebut all presumption and express myself as being free. There's never been done like this before, not here on the island. One thing I like the fact where the government of Jamaica just the one side and look for me like, man, where not just going, man. Nobody know want to hear you. Me not to say a politics time. Man, where not just going, man. And me I say, just like the sun, when it's hot on a peak point, you want it go somewhere. That's who I am. Yeah, man. Gotta stay persistent, gotta stay consistent in our pursuit, yeah, of this truth. And when we hold it, we are keep it. And we're gonna express it, yeah, from a grassroots perspective. Anyway, give thanks for the time, give thanks for the moment, give thanks for the presence. Joel Jaguar, boy, we link up. I know you're there out there on the water. You're supposed to reach in a your location. So means a man I forgot fire your touch base, make sure you're secure around that. Yeah, at least you're touching and thing. So the energy go. Irrespective of where we're there in our earth, irrespective of where we're there. It's a true we have a location, a little office. Ones and ones we maintain the connection there, the vibration there, which is essential to all of it. Yeah, man, the earth set away now where virtually we can link up. Virtually I can express myself like this. And the ones that were there all the way in Russia can hear me. The ones that were there all the way in Australia can hear me. And then the people that were there in our Western territory known as America can hear it. Now forgive thanks to a warrior them out there and thing, specifically to our warrior where send forward a strength to seal up some things and I'm on just put away them things that you know sir. And strength there for this specific task. And I like a party thing. You understand? And I like, I remember with us there create an energy, literally, that's what we are doing. You know what I mean? We'll provide a basic service for us no sir. We express some information to make Babylon leave we alone when we choose to be free. But we never can play dilly dally, 1 foot in, 1 foot out. I am a nice boy, good girl, citizen. However, I'm over here trying to be free. That's nonsense. Stay in slavery. Nobody will come tell you to be free. Are you insane? Those things are free with exercise. Ones have to choose these things. It don't make sense. I want to impose it for you. I want to pretend. I want to go right back to your cognitive dissonance sleep. You have to live it like how I live it. That's why I'm going to tell someone, send up playing a game. And mix me with your business. You have a big, huge Indian business where you're going with an American. I now benefit from your business. So don't mistake me being Indian and you being a commercial Indian to be the same. You get me? Before all of that, I manifest as man. Yeah, man. And I claim Indian only because of where I'm there. I'm on nine on African land. I'm on nine on Europe. I'm on the round here, so in my land, Western territory. And Jamaica, according to the Organization of American States, Jamaica is a state within America. Go check, don't take my word for it. Who don't believe me? Type in Organization of American States members. And if you don't see Jamaica, contact me and I'll look again to see if I can erase it. And if you see Jamaica, watch me now, salute me. Try to go and see the United States there also. Then you're going to ask yourself, what is all this? Remember, there's two sides to the thing, just like how you have two brain in your big head. A two brain in them, I have two. I know what I tell you. You understand? I'm going to tell you about a one brain and you have a right hemisphere and left hemisphere, a two brain in there. Got the two of them, watch me now, work separate and distinct, but harmoniously. What a power. What a magnificent. Really? That's why they must say positive and negative, the Ida and the Pingala. You get me? Yeah, man. This is when you talk about your Kundalini. Tell them, say, boy, we apply ourselves for years. When we're running now, we don't feel like our bone just a no. And I say, it's all. No. When you get to know me, you have to realize that we're a walking vault of information, man. We have a wealth of knowledge sit down upon, man. Yeah, man, where I just step by step we are present information where you people out there can qualify, can verify. I'm not idle talk or low talk. That's why I say over here, son, for some low IQ people who think man I play games. It's not about that. It's much, much more than that. Way much more than that. It's about our birthright. It's about our hereditament. It's about our inheritance. Yeah, man, it's about our infant estate that is being administered by foreign government agency. It's your sweat equity. It's my sweat equity. Them say it's your labor. However, the employers are manipulate your labor. So they might give you a piece of paper and I tell us that this is what the paper value. And you live your whole life and retire and die not knowing anything else. Live like a slave, die like a slave, unknowingly. Now that is sad, but there is no excuse. At this present time, there is absolutely no excuse to attain some semblance of truth out there. There's no excuse. None. It's just that the truth, when it manifests itself, it's not like the fallacy were out there. Yeah, man, we bring all kind of bells and whistles now. The truth has unfolded itself naturally, naked. Yeah, man, unapologetically. That's what the truth is. Yeah, man. And when we are talking about truth, we are talking about the state of condition and the information where facilitate this said state of condition. And then truth that we really are talking about. Your personal live and that are your thing. You understand? The truth that we are expressed are the universal truth. Where the universal laws apply. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. That's why we say cause and consequence, not just cause and effect. And our cause I talk about freedom. So, it's a righteous cause. So the consequence of such shall be righteous. Only because our cause are just. So even though we have faced the injustice from these colonial government, then we know that according to nature, then, yeah, nature will provide with our answer. And nature will correct all of the injustice naturally. Man. It's just that we are impatient at times. We jump in front and want to do these things. But when we just be patient and manifest the glory through nature, then that's it. Ones and ones that will face the judgment. It's just that energy that come through and serves the ones that it find the ones them wanted, then the ones them pay accordingly. Yeah, and I'm not outside of nature. And I'm not non-natural. Yeah, man. It's just judgment, you know. Anyway, I carrying up on an esoteric level, but you know, I'm not new for the item. Yeah, I'm on always step down to a level where the item can appreciate, where the item can communicate, where the item can, you know what I mean, understand truly. So give thanks for the effort, for the energy, and for the time with the item, you know, I share with I am. A complete gratitude. Again, may the Most High guide and protect the item in all the item and the endeavors and in all the item ways out there. May the Most High bless the item perpetually. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Perpetually. Yeah, man. The brave may fall but never yield, and we say bold and brave. We say firm and strong, you know. Salute. A walk Indian nation. Now we say House of Dallas. Yeah, just like how we have House of Campbell. Just like how we have House of All, House of Youth. Yeah, man. All of the house them, ones and ones have to establish a house. Why? So you remove the need for any kind of house of representative to represent nothing for you that we them have no interest in you. That's why I have a non-interest there in a come. But we know Babylon where have a style for try create their own rules where does not apply that can interfere with the law. So you have to invoke law and say stand down. Yeah, man. Anyway, again, hold them out there. Green sleeve, I like that. I like that. You know, instrumental them, but I like that rhythm, green sleeve. Yeah, them will know it.